And welcome everyone to Missouri Valley Conference Chats. I'm Andy Katz. Pleased to be joined by Dana Ford, the head coach of Missouri State. And Dana, it feels like we've been here before. Missouri State right in the mix on that cusp of being, going up to the top two or three or staying in the middle. You guys are right there. Huge week where you've got Northern Iowa on the road, you got Indiana State at home. Help me out about where this team is at and what direction you think this could go.
I would agree with everything that you've said. Last couple of years, we found ourselves being right there in the middle. One of those years we were fortunate enough to make our way to the top, and we ran into Northern Iowa last week of the regular season and didn't fare too well. But I do think our team is in a good place in regards to or in comparison to where we were a month ago at the beginning of January, which we started, I think, a 5-game stretch where we went 1-5. And, I think number one, there's a higher level of ownership amongst our players, which is always important because player-led teams are a lot better than coach-led teams. And as we start to transition into February, hopefully into March, this is the time of year where you want to be starting to play your best basketball. And the thing I like about the week is it's going to require us playing better basketball in order to get wins. And so we'll have a true assessment of where we are. But we do like the fact that we've been able to get ourselves back in the hunt after such a slow start.
And how did that happen?
Well, I think there's a number of reasons. Number one, just from a basketball specific standpoint, I think that we've started to play with a lot more ball movement, player movement on offense, and that allows for guys to make shots at a higher clip. A big part of our 1-5 stretch was we weren't making any shots, and that started to dictate other areas of our game. And then also, I think some of our rotations have started to settle in as well. We're now bringing Matt Lee, Cesar Edwards, and Chance Moore off the bench. And for us in our conference, if you can go to the bench with those three guys while other teams are going to the bench, then at least from a athleticism standpoint, an experience standpoint, we should favor pretty well against most of our league, if not everyone, because even our really good teams this year in our conference, they're not very deep. They got 5 strong guys or maybe 6. So I think that's really helped us. And then we've gotten back to rebounding the basketball. We started the year off averaging close to 40 rebounds a game. And then our Drake game, we had 50 rebounds. And I want to say another game after that, we were right at 50. So anytime you're getting 45 plus rebounds a game, that means that you're stopping the other team, but it also means that you're gang rebounded. And so I think on the floor, those have been some areas that have helped us a lot.
It also feels like you've got any one of those guys where it's Alston, Donovan, Chance can go off for you on any given night. And I feel like you have to have that in the Valley where you've got a guy who, could go for 15, 18, 20 to, bail you out of some broken possessions. What's that been like to know that you've got significant scoring guards?
That's really important. When we weren't playing well, the only thing that I thought I could do to get them playing well again was just pray like nonstop for these guys to start playing better. And when we went through that stretch, Austin wasn't shooting it well, Donnie wasn't playing well, and Chance wasn't playing well at all. And so, man, just some countless hours of just praying that these guys. I told my wife one night it felt like Space Jam had hit our team. Even Matt Lee, and obviously he had a wrist injury, and that kind of put a hiccup in his season. But we just had to get our powers back, and now that those 3 guys are playing well again, it is a great luxury to have 3 guys that could potentially go off for 20 plus, and they're all different. And I think that's what makes us pretty good offensively. Also, Cesar Edwards establishing himself as a low post scorer for us has been very, very, very vital. along with Damian Mayo, Rafe Ayers, finding little cracks in the other team's defense, whether that be cutting to the rim or maybe spacing on the perimeter. That's really helped us as well. I think we score the ball at a high enough clip if we go to the free throw line as opposed to if we don't. And so, and we still have room to get better. You know, we really do. And our league has turned into a league where you've got to score to win. You know, Indiana State's the best team in the league, and you just can't beat Indiana State without scoring. Same way with Northern Iowa, Belmont, Bradley, Drake. I mean, you got to score some points, and so we've had to make some adjustments. But it's good to have those guys playing well again.
I'll tell you, in talking to your peers, consistently, while other teams have rotated above you guys at times, there's tremendous respect for Missouri State and Northern Iowa. You know, obviously we're in this little recent stretch where Drake has had a good run. Indiana State, as you said, right now is the best team. What is it about, though, your program and Ben's program? While you haven't won the league every year, obviously, the two of you guys and your programs have consistently been good. Not at the bottom, consistently good. Why is that?
Well, you know, I mean, if we're being compared to Northern Iowa and Coach Jacobson, that's some great company for us, right? We'd love to have a few of those NCAA tournament runs they got in conference championships, but we do have a lot of respect for them. What I can say is I know that Coach Jacobson has been a part of the Valley for a long time. And so he has an understanding of what it takes to win in this league. And I think that you know, myself, I played in the league. I've coached at 3 different schools, Wichita State, Illinois State, and now Missouri State. And so just having an understanding of kind of what it takes to be successful in the Valley, and what we've always told our guys is it starts with 50-50 balls. You know, if you look around our league, there's so many close games, and the teams that can grab the ball, and whether that's on the perimeter, around the rim, off the rim, they're the ones that end up winning. Transition defense, no matter what, because you can't give up easy baskets. And then you have to make your layups and free throws because you're probably not going to get a lot of easy looks. It's a very highly scouted league. And I know that one of the things that's probably helped Northern Iowa, where we've been a little bit different, they've had a lot of consistency in their roster. Although our names have changed a lot, you know, how we go about it has really stayed the same. And what we've tried to do is out-possession people with our offensive rebounding. We've really always established a low post game and up until this year, but that's what's helped us over the last 2 weeks too. So you look at their programs, they always got somebody inside that can score. They take good care of the ball. You make your free throws. And so there are some similarities there, but we're lacking a few of those championships in order to be, you know, in their neck of the woods.
Well, it's going to be really interesting to see how you guys fare this game and then Indiana State coming into Missouri State over the next week. Appreciate your time, Dana. Looking forward to seeing how this all shakes out over the next 5 weeks.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man. Good to see you.